Okay, and the last one that you mentioned is measuring the opportunity size. So if you do all these things and then you define the personas and then you set yourself up with all the data and then you set the budget, how much can you generate? What's the universe? So tell us about how you determine that.
Yeah, so this is another area where your ad data comes into play. So what we've identified at this point in the process so far is which of these personas are your primary targets, which of these are going to be achievable with your current position in the landscape, how much is it going to cost to dominate this persona, and then what is this going to do for your bottom line? How do you determine which of these personas, even among your top priorities, are the most important, and what are they really going to do for your business growth? And here's where it starts to come back to the original point about your business objectives, because if your objective is to increase market share, then that may change how you look at some of these personas. You may not be interested in as much in shoppers who are looking for your branded terms because they're already finding your products. And so the opportunity really may lie in the non-branded terms, in the category terms, potentially in conquesting competitors' branded terms. What's really going to drive the incremental growth for your business? That's the question we're trying to answer here, is how do we focus what we've learned from this exercise into the areas that are going to drive the incrementality that you want to see? And so that's where we start looking at additional metrics that we've layered in. A lot of the tools that we use to scrape will have something like an opportunity score or a relevancy score or some other way that they have used Amazon's algorithm along with their own proprietary data to provide some sort of score, some sort of numerical value to the opportunity. And of course, we don't just rely on that, but it's a good indicator that there's more to look into here. And here's where it starts to get really specific to the individual brand, because it really depends on, what you're trying to achieve. One persona may offer you a nice ROAS and, a lot of impressions, but you're already tapped into that persona. You're already basically dominating that persona. So even though that, it's shown a lot of promise in the first 3 stages of this exercise, it's a winnable persona, it's an achievable persona, and it's a persona that is cost efficient to dominate. Is it incremental though? Because if you're already dominating that persona, then it's maybe not the best place to, invest your additional dollars in. Because what you want to try to do out of this exercise is move the needle and drive metrics like new to brand and share of voice in the category, share of sales, share of shelf. Those are the types of things that we like to measure after we implement this exercise to understand whether we're heading in the right direction. Are we actually dominating these personas? So maybe a little bit too much of a politician answer for you there, but I will say that the opportunity size is very much business specific, but it really relies on the first 3 stages of this exercise so that we can lay out all the cards on the table and understand what is the opportunity value here in any of these personas.